Hey everybody, welcome to Houdini Hangout. We are in the middle of November here. Hope you're having a great day, great week. And so we've got some Houdini stuff lined up tonight. So let's get into it. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Hopefully just things are going well for you. Tonight we are going to be kind of taking on something that we did a while ago. Went really badly, if I remember last time. So fingers crossed it'll be a little better this time. Hello, welcome. Good to have you all here. Yes. Frames, welcome. Last time tried to do some laser kind of atmospheric things, and it basically was just a pretty big fail, just because I was trying to do it with Copernicus and the tools really weren't there. So it certainly was not something that worked out very well. But so regardless, we're going to give it a shot tonight. We're going to see how things go. I have hope that this will go a lot better. But hey, you never know. It's a live thing, and I don't really plan for these all that much or at all. So hopefully tonight will be a much better result than things that we had before. I was just thinking that I should bring up the topic suggestion here with the lasers, and because it was kind of cool. So let me see here. There's one called lasers. Sorry, I'm just doing my thing here. So give me a second, because I didn't even think about this. Lasers. Let's do this. So, let's see. Can I get to this? There we go. Cool. Okay. So let's see here. All right, I am going to open this up, and I will put this over on my browser. There we go. All right, so this was one of the suggestions that had come up last time, and so I was trying to do this, or something like this. I think I want to kind of mix this plus maybe like a little bit of this here. So these are... so we're going to give this a shot. We're going to try some, Jeez, I'm struggling here. Anyways, so we're going to try some of this stuff. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. Not sure exactly, like I said, how it'll all turn out. But my hope is that it will turn out good. So, sorry. Oh, geez. I had my whole thing all set up, and now I got to get it back set up the way I wanted it. There we go. All right. Anyways, enough of my background and seeing things fly around on my screen. Sorry about that. I usually will, bring up this, bring up the topic of, like, if you're interested in this, or if you have some sort of, ideas or better ways of doing things, any suggestions at all, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Happy to entertain any and all questions. If you'd like to join the Discord server, you can go to houdinihangout.com and get a link to the server there. So if you have questions, comments, thoughts, suggestions on ways to do things better, want to smack me upside the head, whatever it might be, happy to entertain any and all comments in the chat. So please feel free to talk there. It's always nice to hear from you. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. So we're going to give this a shot and see where we go. Please don't feel shy with asking questions or putting things in the chat. It's always nice to have people talking along here and being a part of it. So So yeah, so that's pretty much the idea here. I am going to start up my key things so we can all see what I'm doing. And yeah, why don't we get started and get moving over into Houdini. I am going to mute all of my things because I am getting buzzed, and I should have done that earlier. So give me a second here. Man, I am in rare form tonight, so my apologies. I'm apparently was not ready for this. Like it snuck up on me or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, let's get over and do some Houdini stuff, and I'll stop yakking on forever here. So, all right. So we had that example there. So let's just take a look at this again here. Maybe this. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to get some laser lines basically set up on some geometry. Probably just use some test geometry or something like that. Although this is pretty cool with like the random papers and things like that. I think we'll just do something with some test geometry now for now. And we could always try something like this a little bit later maybe. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of interesting though. Interesting idea. But I think it'll be easier to just do this on a test geometry for now, and we can see what we come up with. All right, so let's drop a geometry object down. Let's call this, I don't know, laser effect. I don't know. That sounds good. Cool. All right, so we've got, let's start with some geometry here. I think the rubber toy is going to be what we're going to go with here. Okay, cool. So what we need to do is have some, I think what I want to do is have some like grids basically intersecting him more or less. And so I think that'll be the easiest way to go about doing this, is having like grids and grabbing the intersections from them and going from there. So let's give that a shot. All right, so we are going to copy some grids here. Let's add some grids into our scene, and we are going to, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this. Can we do a centroid here? Can we extract the centroid of this? I think we can. Name does not exist. Yes. Run over detail, center of mass. Yes, there we go. Perfect. That was what I was hoping for. Okay, so we're just going to run it over detail, just get the center of this guy, and we'll use that for doing some instancing here. So that'll be our geometry. We're going to extract the centroid, and we can just do a copy to points, and we'll do this. And so if we were to, let's see, we can do a duplicate here. So we could do this a couple times. We're going to get more and more points out of that. And then when we come down here, we're going to get more primitives made. We've got, 324 right now, and we can adjust this, and this is going to give us more or less cutting planes. Maybe we'll do like 3 of them. That sounds interesting. Now what we want to do is randomize these, right? So we can do an attribute randomize, and we can do an inside sphere, and we can just set this to normal. Hey, everybody, Fractaler, Lisa. Well, hello again, Lisa. But hey, Fractaler, how's it going? All right, so we've got this set up here. Let's see, we could always adjust the global seed, but I think that's fine for right now. That guy's pretty small comparatively, so let's change the scale of this down. Sure, something like that. Cool. Okay, so we've got our cutter geometry here, and we're just going to leave that straight, I think, for right now. Easy enough to do if we wanted to adjust it later, but we're going to leave this just like that for now. And what we can do is do a Boolean. Let's just do a Boolean for right now. And I think if we do this, we'll do this and this. It's not going to probably like that very much. I'm going to work on my side. So I'll put you on my second screen. Great. Well, yeah, hey, that's what we're here for. here just to be around. So let's change this over to surface. That should be good, I think. And the second one is that. So we're going to, instead of subtract, let's do seam, I think. And that should bring it up. That is seaming those, however. Okay, so we do have one little problem here, and that is... Oh yeah, we just want to do this. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, so the problem there is that this rubber toy is actually multiple individual pieces. It's not all unified, like a unified object or whatever. Hey, new crafter, welcome. Hello, hola. So this is not one whole unified geometry. So this is why we're getting these kind of strange results. Now, what we could do is we could do a Boolean union and put that here. And that will actually just clean this up a little bit for us, honestly. It's probably... Wouldn't it be easier to ray just a line from the camera? Possibly? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. Like, you're saying, like, at render time, or... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd love for you to expound on that a little bit, if you don't mind. Be curious what you mean by that exactly. Like, a ray from the camera, like a line, because I'm thinking I want these to be like random lasers kind of cutting across it. Like on Resident Evil 1. Well, I've never played that before, so I do not know what that means. Sorry. Oh, man. Well, oh, the movie. Well, I haven't seen that either, clearly. So, yeah. I'm going to keep going with this, and if we have a better... If you can expound on that suggestion, I'd be curious to... No, I have never played Resident Evil. I'm very sorry. Nope. No, I was never one for horror games. I was more of like a SimCity kind of person, personally. It's pretty lame. Anyways, so I'm just going to keep going with this while you're all... It slices people and kills them. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, so this is doing what... I think what we want it to, more or less now. Real-time strategy are not lame. Well, that's good. Good. I mean, I've played plenty of other games in my day, but certainly never played Resident Evil. I've never been a very horror person anyways, so that's kind of part of it. But, or like, I don't know. That's just not my genre, I guess. Okay, so what I want to do now is I think I want to try, I want to transfer over the attributes from this here, because we're going to work in UV space, and so I think it would make sense for us to have these lines all kind of exist in that same space when we're in Copernicus, to be able to do like the lasers a little bit easier there. And actually, now that I'm thinking about this, I want to make these grids bigger because I want them to be larger in the scene. I don't want them to just be tiny. So let's do that. So question from Fractaler. In this setup, would each intersect line have its... Why is my Boolean show an error? That's probably... solid B. Non-manifold edges in solid B. I think there's just some There's some weird edges there apparently that it's not liking. That looks like why there's a warning. So would each intersect line have its ID or would it be unified? That's a good question. Let me just think about that. So right now, the way this is looking is it has... Yeah, so probably what we should do, that's a great point. You probably would want to have a unique ID with each of them just to have that. Might be helpful down the road. We could do... yeah, on the point side of things, we could add a copy here. So we could call this and just call this laser num. How about that? And now when we get this, we should copy that over. Let's see. What is happening here? Oh, right. That's a primitive attribute. So that's not going to work because we only have points there. Okay. Sorry. I was like, why are we not seeing that? I was confused for a second there. All right, so what we can do is just do an enumerate then. That's easy enough. And let's go to points. We'll call this attribute, call it laser num. There we go. All right, so that should now copy those over. Okay, great. We don't need that because it's copied over. And okay, so those are all set up like that. And if we come over here, sorry, just reading a comment here from Newcrafter. Just thought about raying a line on the geometry and use that as it's then laser-like just on one side as it would be in real life, but comes out to the same as the grid. So, haha, so ignore me. All right, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I'm totally open to other ideas for sure. Happy to, think through that with you. Okay, so I think what we want to do here is let's just do an attribute promote. I have a feeling this will come through if we do this. Point to primitive, and we will take laser num, and let's come down here. Interesting. I was thinking that would come through. What does this say? Let me think about this. Yeah, I was thinking that would come through. Interesting, because it's like it knows that there should be a laser number on these, but it's giving us -1 across the board, so it must not be able to. In this mode, in seam mode, it must not work that way. Yeah, it looks like it's erasing it, but like, yeah, it's just interesting because like some of these modes will bring through some of that data. I can always start all over. Yeah, I could. That's true. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, it doesn't look like that's going to come through. So I think we're just going to use it just as for right now. I mean, it's silly to try to, try to over-engineer that. We'll just have them all come through as one, and then we'll go from there. I'm not sure why that's not coming through, but Yeah, possibly with an attribute transfer after the Boolean. When you have the surfaces, use for each and group unshared edges and transfer. Yeah, that might actually. Let's see here. Yeah, so I could do that for each group. When you have the surfaces, use for each and group unshared edges and transfer. Like these surfaces, I think you might be meaning, possibly. No, the circular. I see. Yeah, so I think the tricky thing there is if we did a for each primitive. And I think with this, if we did a single pass, we'll see that these are actually like each of these little arcs are their own. And if we did, yeah, right, connected piece. If we did that, I think they're technically all connected. So they're all connected because they've all been joined together in the Boolean operation. Unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, it's not really the end of the world. I mean, they can all be the same color, I think, and it'd be fine. It's not really like we need these all to be separate colors or anything like that. I think it'll be fine the way it is. So I'm just going to kick that off. All right. So what I need to do now, I think, is I'm going to use this Boolean here. And we've obviously got UVs on this. And so I need to transfer those UVs over. And with this, I think I'm going to have, yeah, I'm going to have stuff in between primitives and things like that. So I'm going to need to, or in between points, I should say. Oh, I see what you're saying. Do the Boolean inside of for each. Yes. Yes. That makes more sense. Good call. Thank you. Thank you. That is a very smart idea. Thank you, sir. See, there's a simple answer. Okay. So oh, I did it the wrong way. Sorry. Whoops. So I'll do it within the for each point here, and then we'll copy it to points. Yep. We'll do this whole thing inside the Boolean. This will get fed into here. This will get fed into there. This will get fed into there. Should be the exact same result, except that they will be together now, I think. Yep, we got 3. Perfect. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Molfino. Thank you, thank you. I actually, is that, hold on a second. No, I was thinking Jose, Leon, Jose Molfino, I think. Yeah, I think that's who I was thinking of. Anyways, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, Jose. Oh, it is you. Hi. Well, thank you. Very, very talented Houdini artist here. Thank you for the help. Appreciate it. Anyways, thank you, thank you. All right, cool. So that works. Now we've got those set up that way. We could just, yeah, we don't even need that laser number there. We'll get rid of that. That's not really helpful at all. We can just do the, enumerate here on the primitives and call this laser num. All right, cool. So we've got each of those. Those are isolated. So that's really nice. Now those are all kind of unified in one thing each. There's 3 primitives there. So that's great. Okay. When to follow. I'm guessing you mean Jose. You're following him because yeah, he's awesome. He's good stuff. Got good stuff. Actually, I think I've tried to replicate something that Jose's done, if I'm not mistaken. Probably really poorly. Yeah, cool. So yeah, all right. So we've got this. We've got our laser. What's going on here? Why is this not showing? There we go. Laser num. Okay, great. I need to transfer the attributes. There actually that wouldn't do that, right? No. We're getting normal attributes, but that's not even doing anything. Were there normals on these? Yeah, there is. But it's not, yeah, doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm just trying to think if this attribute transfer will that actually grab the ones like the in between stuff? For some reason, my brain is not working well today. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that seems to be working. Okay, cool. So we have the UV attributes on that, so that's looking good. Cool. Okay. Just trying to think what else I might need. Well, let's just do this. Let's do null here, and we'll say out laser curves, and I might have to change that. I'm feeling like this isn't going to properly move over the UVs, or it's going to be like weird in some way. Like it'll be to the closest point or something. But anyways, we'll give that a shot. Okay, cool. Let's do that. We're just going to say laser curves there because I'm not really sure how much of an output that's going to be. Let's do a cop network. And let's see if we can bring those in. I'm going to move this over, bring up a parameter, stop import here. And let's select a path. I'm going to grab the laser curves. There those are. And I think what we're going to do now is we need to do a rasterized setup, I want to say is the name. Yep. So we're going to put that into there and there. And let's say in UV space. Yeah, that gets all funky because the UV space. Let's do this here. Sorry, I'm gonna say no, and This is going to be the I'm just gonna call this projection geo, and let's bring that in as well. I just want to get a sense for exactly how this is going. So we'll say get laser curves. This will be get okay, cool. Projection geo. And we're really basically going to use the exact same thing here. Okay, so we can kind of see what's happening here. I guess actually we could do it this way. It's probably easier to see. Yeah, we've got some parts where it's going across the seams. And so with that in mind, we need to split those curves so that they sit properly on the geometry. And that we want to use a split some type. Split UV seams, I think. And I think if we do this, let's see. I mean, there definitely is going to be like a UV seam there. Does that actually do anything for us? No. Let's see. Just curious what this is going to do for us. Promote. So I'm just trying to think here. Do I want to do a poly split with that? No, it's not that. So why am I running into that issue? Poly cut. Let me see if this would do it. So we want to cut at an attribute change. UV. Okay, let's just try something here. Should be promote. And vertex to point. Cut at attribute change. Maybe because it's looking for a float attribute there. Okay, that's weird. I thought that would work. Yeah, let's try that. Split by UV island. Yeah, but we'd have to get the UV island. Yeah, that's interesting. I'd have to get the island number. Gosh, what a silly thing for this to be giving us trouble at. So why? Let's see. Let's do a UV. Which one? What would give us the island? There we go. Can we do that and just not move it at all? Yeah, I don't want to move it. Just want to calculate that. Bye, Lisa. Nice having you here. You got the geo and cops, right? Can't we use that to do connectivity and grab the islands that way? Maybe. I don't think there's a... Oh, there is a segment by connectivity. But I think that's... Yeah, that's from a... rasterize it to UV in SOPs and separate the curve using islands. Johan, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, yep. So I could do that. I could get it yeah. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, so you're saying like project it into UV space first. Like, yeah, so let's see here. So I would need to do, yeah, let's do this. Let's do a point wrangle. We could project this into UV space here. So we could do V at P equals V at UV. I think that should do it, right? Oh, right. That's a... Yes, I need to attribute promote that first. But I think we're going to run into the same issue here, aren't we? Vertex, texture to point. Yep, we run into the exact same issue here. And we'd have to split these first. That's what we need to do. So we need to do a... do it on the curves only. Okay, sure. Let's give it a try. So we should be able to get this over here. And if we do an attribute promote, yes, I've done the Entagma thing before, and it's basically what you do is you. Oh yeah, I've done it before with the cutting. I can never remember the splitting part though. That's so goofy. Yeah. Yes. That is very much true that was in there as well. I've actually used that for several projects, but gosh, why could I never remember that one? Vertex split. Okay, so if we do that with the vertex split, you're saying it should work? All this is because it uses the initial UV, maybe create UV2. Okay, sure. Let's try this. Let's do... attribute rename. Attribute promote. Let's pull this back up to a point. PT. Yeah, vertex split isn't doing anything in this scenario. Sorry, my chair just got all goofy. This is not what I was expecting to run into a problem with. This is very stupid. Sorry about this. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm trying to read through these comments. Vertex split, that's it with UV. Set up P to UV theoretically. All right, I'm not going to do this. That didn't seem to do it. Is this what I want? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why this is giving us the problem that it is here. So, sorry, I'm just going to pull up the help card for this because I've got to be missing something here. Ah, Johan found it. What's the stupid thing that I'm missing here? I'm excited to learn. I always forget this step. Why do I always forget this step? Wow, Johan, that's what they did? Wow, that seems like really strange. So they with the islands. Yeah, but I don't have the islands. Okay, let's see here. How do I get the UV islands? Okay, so if we attribute promote this, UV, turn that back on. There we go. This. Hold on a second. I'm going to do the vertex split here. Let's see if that. Yep. Okay. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. Why is it doing that? Okay. So, all right. What I can do then is, okay. So I've got these and I've got these. And now I should be able to. I don't need the islands. Okay. Gotcha. So I'll do an add like you said. We'll do that. Delete geometry, keep the points. And then she said connect adjacent pieces. Oh, wait a second. What did I do here? Like this? I just have one other thought here that's going to make this hopefully maybe work. I'm going to leave that set up there. If you have a thought of how to set this, that's cool. All right, so I think let's do a convert line. Just curious about that. Because that's going to turn these all into their own polygons. And I wonder if that'll work now. That makes me wonder if this will work. We don't need the rest length. And then if we do this vertex split here. Frick. I thought that might do it. I was thinking because they were all one curve, they weren't splitting. It's funny because yeah, in here is that vertex split. That's so funny. Should have just looked in there. I would have had it a little quicker. But why is it not doing it with curves? Is there anything in here that's got curve? So Chorbest just said you can do it with for each. Johan. Coming through. Look at that. Real time feedback. Let's take a look at this. Something I'm clearly missing something really stupid. So my apologies. Hopefully we'll all figure something out here and learn. Thanks, Johan. Appreciate it. Yeah, see this. Yeah, this is, the multiple lines thing. Yeah, I was running into, that's what I was seeing as well. So I'm curious, Chorbest there. You can do it with for each connected piece island and put array inside, create a point group from the ray hit, blast the group afterwards. Thanks for the file, though, Johan. That was very nice of you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, sort of, but see, the problem with mine in the same vein is that they're all going across each other, and they're going to do this, right? So this is what they're doing when I use that method. So I get these like connection points where you get all these crazy things. So Johan, that's what ends up happening. Kind of the same thing there. Yeah, sure best. That's interesting. I'm trying to think of exactly what you're saying there. Sorry. So with this, I think what you're saying, I forgot about the attribute swap. It's an interesting one. Actually, though, that does kind of goof that up a little bit. So I'm just going to go back to the way I had it before. That's fine. Just trying to think of how I can feel like there's a way to get the UV island attribute here. Because that's really all I would need, and then I could... The thing here is that we're creating a line that's connected even on separate UV islands. Does it really need to be connected? No, that's what I'm trying to do. Because yeah, no, it we don't want it to be connected, because if it is connected, then we run into issues like this. Okay, cool. This is great. I haven't had someone send me files during a stream before. Give this a second. I'm curious. Yeah, apparently apparently lasers just aren't my thing. I don't know why I even tried again. Oh, yeah. Thought this time I could do it. Okay. Yep. So there's the curve, resample it, we're raying it. Yep. Attribute swap, and then this. Yes. So yeah, I could try that. I have a feeling it's... Oh, right. Sorry, I'm dumb. UV connectivity. Yep. And then you're doing it by class. Got it. Yeah. Yep. Got it. So let's do a connectivity here. Wait, how did you get that? What parameter? Oh, right, primitive. And then UV connectivity. There we go. So now those all have the UV island. Great. So we do the projection geometry. And then you did what here in the ray? I see. So you're raying it that way and importing the hit attributes from it. Yes. Oh, okay. You're promoting it to a point attribute there. I see. Cool. All right. Sorry. I'm losing the chat here. Johan saying do the transfer inside the loop, maybe. Yeah, that's probably a good thing to do here. Let's see here. Let's do this up here. Promote that. Connectivity. Well, attribute promote that as well. That's going to be class, primitive, class, point. Okay. Great. So now we've got the class on the points. We've got the Boolean there. I wonder if we can do this. Just do array sop here. These are the points. This is the collision primitives. We should be picking up those attributes. Okay. Cool. That's working. Actually, don't think we'll need the UV transfer now. So that should be fine. That should be good. All right, so let's take that out. We want to convert that. All right, let's just get rid of this stuff down here. Try it again. So we've got this. What are we looking at here as far as this goes? Sorry, this. Okay, cool. That's not still doing that. I just got to think about this. Array, attribute swap. Right. Then we can do an add here. And we can say delete geometry, keep the points, polygons by group, attribute, class. I mean, it's definitely better, but it's not exactly still right. There we go. So let's try this. Wait, why do we have so many with these class zeros here? Why do we not have? That's why I was wondering if in the UV state it needed to be physically connected. Not sure what that means. Like all the UVs need to be connected together. I don't know. The line that goes from island to island. Yeah, I'm not sure. For each primitive, let's do this. And let's do this inside of it, just out of curiosity. Does that do anything better for us? Nope. Doesn't do anything better for us. Okay, so let's get rid of those. All right, I think I'm going to do another. So I think it doesn't work in my setup because there's just a lot more happening in it. If it was just smaller pieces, it should be fine. But let's just think about this here. So, so I have all of these lines here, and I have the class on them. Let me see if I can poly cut, I think. Yep. Let's try cutting this at an attribute crossing. And we can cut with class. Not remove, but just cut. What is this doing where there's the attribute crossing? Where are the new points? It's making more points. Here, you know what? Let's just try something actually. Let's just do this. Let's go to 1. And I do actually wonder if this would work if it was just 1. No. Yeah, because there's multiple curves on these individual UV islands. So that's part of the issue here, right? Like this is on the UV island, that's on the UV island. So they're all like there's multiple curves on the same island. So really splitting it by island doesn't do it. We almost need to just gonna try to do some crazy stuff here. See if anything sticks. Oh, an attribute change. Maybe that's what I wanted. Shoot. Undo that. Let's see here. Could I do an attribute promote back to a vertex? Point to a vertex, UV. I wonder. All right, I'm going to download this file. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go get myself a drink and take a short little break here, and I will be back momentarily. So give me 1 second here, and I will be back. All right. Hello. Hello. I've got files from folks, which is great. Thank you, Sklabadur. Thank you so much from sending that over to me. This does look like this is working, so that's cool. All right. Thank you. Hello. All right. So we have... All right, so this is the file here. All right, so let's see what we've got here. So we've got this. We're doing it by connectivity with the class. For each. So these are going to be each of the... Wait, what? Sorry. Connectivity type primitive. How are you getting, like, shouldn't that be on? I'm confused by that, but that's okay. Oh, because you vertex split it and then it's connectivity. Right. Okay, got it. Never mind. All right. So here we go. We've got these. So then what's happening here? So we're putting that, then we're raying it. that's getting a ray hit group, and then we're blasting out the ray hits. I mean, it's sort of working. There are some gaps there. I mean, it's probably the closest thing that we've got, so that's interesting. We're definitely missing these parts where it like overlaps, which is weird. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the closest we've gotten here. Yeah, it's definitely doing what we want it to. So I'm just super, super confused with why this doesn't split. That's the thing that I don't understand. So right. Okay, let's think about this here. So just trying to think of how I could incorporate that into here. The other thing I'm just thinking is, what am I copying over here again? Class NUV. I'm just going to try this just out of curiosity here. Why did that happen? All right, I'm just going to try something here real quick. Sorry. I'm just going to see if I can attribute transfer. Should be able to get the class to come over. Right? Hello? Oh, right. I got to attribute promote that class. And All right, so let's attribute promote this again here. Let me just try something here. Get the UVs up here. Why do I have normals there? Oh, actually, no. I'm going to leave this. When we do a split points on this, does it add more in? Yes, it changes the number of points. That's so annoying. Why is it not doing that? So let's try this again, just out of curiosity. Okay. That's interesting. We've gotten some cut values here. What does that do for us? I just don't understand. What if we do this and then we do a split points here and we don't do this? Literally nothing different. This seems crazy. This seems absolutely crazy that this is this hard. I don't even know if I can split based on split class or UV. I don't know what that means. Split here based on class or split based on UV. I was trying to split it based on I guess I can try it based on class. The class isn't there. Why is class not there? Um, um, like this seems crazy. Um, all right. Well, let me try, I guess, what we've got here, and then we can at least move on. You know what Sclabadur sent me, and we can at least maybe try to get somewhere with it. Because I'm getting nowhere, so might as well try this. Okay. So we need to vertex split. All right. Chorebest is Blaster. I don't know what that means. He did most of the part. I see. He said, got it. All right. Well, I guess we'll just copy this and go forward, I guess. Yeah, let's try this. So this is the curves that come into here. Oh, God. Okay, I think I can put that into there. I'll just get rid of that. This is going to go. Just get rid of that and that. Seems that I've done something wrong. Still doing something wrong apparently here. I don't understand. Sorry. Okay, so that's the Boolean. Then we transfer the UV over. Okay. Okay. I see why that was over there. I mean, is that even right? I guess it is. Nope. Somehow that's still not right. Okay. That's weird. I don't know why that's not even working. Apparently I'm doing the most complicated geometry ever. I don't know. All right, let me think about what's going on here. Let me see. Can I show where the UV islands are here? I think I can, right? Here? Yep. Okay, so that should be a cut. That should be a cut. All right, let's see here. Man, this network is a mess. Sorry. Whew. Whew. Yikes. Mess. Okay. So let's try. God, I don't even remember what I've tried so far. do a connectivity here. Let's go for primitives. UV connectivity. Okay. So this has a primitive class we need to do. Attribute promote here. Okay. Oh. Interesting. It has to be a primitive attribute. Okay, hold on. What if I do this here to convert this to a line? Now I've got lots of primitives. Instead of promoting that, we put this with class there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Holy crap. Is that right? I can't even tell if it's right. Oh my good gracious. Nope. Still not right. Wonderful. I know. It felt right. It did. It really did feel right. How? Okay. How is that not right? Okay. Let's try a little combination here. My brute force brain would blast that manually. Yeah, I don't understand how that one edge. You're right. It's literally one. No, it's this one too. There's two of them. It's this one here. There's this one and this one. There's actually quite a few there. How is that even happening? How did that happen? That doesn't make any sense. I wonder if this will do anything different for us here. Raying it. Splitting that point. mean it couldn't find that? Feel like I'm losing my absolute mind right now. Don't want any point attribute. Oh, right. It's importing it as a freaking point attribute. That's so annoying. Okay, let me see if I can just visualize this. I just want to see what this looks like. Class. Oh god, yeah, that's going to be super easy to visualize. Wonderful. In cases like this, I start Googling, and after losing lots of time in my mind, I find the solution on a link that leads to a forum that has a link to YouTube where someone typed the solution in the comments. Oh, that's what's going to happen on this. Well, no, nobody's going to watch this far to actually type the solution in. There's not enough people watching these. I literally, like... Okay. So this is so weird to me. So we're at the point where I have these all split at these different crossings here. This one should all be on that one. There's, oh god, what is happening there? Okay, well, regardless, there's almost feels like they're overlapping points. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so let's look at what's going on here, because this is absurd. This is ridiculous. This should be working, and I don't understand why it's not working. That is an interesting point, though. Let's just do this real quick, just to make sure I don't have like anything weird happening here. Oh god, in heaven. There are overlapping points or something somewhere. Something is happening. Where? Or are they just so close that they're actually fusing? Right there? Are those just fusing together? Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to say, I don't think that's actually mattering. Okay. Well. it's a planar cut, using clip would be easier and straightforward. Hi, Carlos. But can you get that? Can you get a curve from the clip? Okay, well, we can try it. I mean, I was doing multiples, but yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, let me just see what this does, right? Because there we go. There we go. I think I'm just gonna make a random slice here. Maybe something like that. I don't know. That's fine for right now, I guess. Sure. So that only does that. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think there's a super easy way to make that work either. As annoying as that is. Clipped edges is what? An edge group. Is there an edge to curve? Yeah, I should be able to isolate, if not by open border, then by distance of the planar plane. In that case, probably changing the original object. Then restoring from rest. Yeah. Sorry, my brain's starting to turn to absolute jello right now, so my apologies. Wow, that is nice. I can do that, and I can do that. Thanks, Factler. Yeah, I mean that's the edge group to. Oh, they're point attributes. Promote. No, that... The issue is this network is a disaster. Literally, all I want to do, all I want to do is have these curves. Like, I made a few of these curves, and I wanted them to project into this space, like into UV space, basically. And I literally can't get them to not be having these like lines that draw all over the place with them. Here, like this green line goes all the way across. What the heck? I don't need that. Thank you. Like here, this line goes all the way down here, and it just doesn't make tons of sense to me why it's happening. Hold on. No. I thought that might actually do something, but nope. It does not. The reason that we want the curve split by the UV are those lines one continuous primitive. These ones are not. These are individuals. I mean, I've done it every way you can imagine at this point. Yeah, there's like every different thing is going wrong. And you know what is interesting here? These are still ones that are in the same these are within the same UV island, so they're not splitting. Hi, Kieran. Welcome to hell. Nice to have you. I hope you've come to maybe educate some folks here and did you throw in a pig head right quick to compare contrast? No, I didn't. Literally, all I'm trying to do, Kieran, is... All right, I'm just going to get rid of a lot of this stuff because it clearly isn't working. So let's just go back to... What did I do? I don't even know what I hit. I hit a button. Okay, so all of that didn't work down there either. Here's our cop network. There we go. All right, let's get back to basics here, folks. All right, so this is the closest we've gotten. So basically what I would like is so I'm copying this grid here. We're slicing our pig head. We're getting a line. And I basically want to project this line into UV space. Sorry. Is that gonna work? No, because oh no, right, that's right. We got to do a UV. Let's split UV seams. And promote that, and that's great. See, that just works. You know, it would just be great if that worked for curves, but apparently it doesn't work for curves. So we've got this Boolean. I convert it to a line, transfer the class and the UV over here. Split the points at these seams here. So we're splitting the points. Then we're promoting the attribute to point, then projecting it into UV space. And for some godforsaken reason, we still have these long ones, and I don't understand why. Why? Wait, what is that? Why is there one little thing over there? Is that like going through its ear or something stupid? Yep, it is. Cool. Let's do a difference. Cut in UV space and then transform it back. How would you... Thanks, New Crafter. Oh, thanks. Stream full of UV problems. Kieran, I'm not sure how I would get a laser straight cut from the UV islands. Like, they just don't, they're not that way, you know? Like, the UVs are random. I mean, it's an interesting thought. Just not sure what that would even indicate. Okay, while Kieran is doing that, I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Kieran in person up in Toronto, which was very nice. At the Equinox? Yes, because I have my Horizon shirt on here. And Equinox was the second one. Okay, anyways. Move those traveling edges and see how it looks and acts. Yeah, I probably could. Sure, why not? Yeah, let me just do that. Why not just split the geo into your islands and feed that into the grid boolean? Sorry, I love all the comments. I'm just trying to decipher what they all mean. Oh, why not split the geo into your islands? Yes. Then feed that into the grid boolean. I see. So you're saying to do this up here Yep. I see what you're saying. So we've got the vertex split there. There's our projection geo. Here's the Boolean on it. However, those attributes don't get passed over in a Boolean, which is super annoying. So it's kind of like, it doesn't really give us anything to do that. Right? Like, that's what the attribute transfer is doing anyways. And it's still hello? Now what's happening here? Oh, right. Because that's on points. Yeah, I did the UV split on the initial Boolean mesh. I'm just going to put this back down here for a second. How are there none in that case? Okay. What? Okay. Literally the one case where there's none. If doing it by IDs. Doing it by IDs. Attribute transfer by IDs. Okay. What the heck are these classes? Can we just do a marker? Oh, that would be copying. Yeah. Oh, that's one. Hey, houseplant. I've been better. I've been better. Yes, we've sorry. Yeah. No. Nice to have you, Zach. We've definitely tried that because the problem is that there's multiple unique curves that sit on each individual UV island. And so goes to go open Blender. I crawled down a rabbit hole and there's a pig head in here. Well, there was a rubber toy in there first, but it's a good thought, Zach. I appreciate the idea, but yeah, there's multiple curves that can be on each UV island. So we need to split by change in UV island. And I feel like that's been done right now. And for some reason, like, this should be splitting it by class. But for some unbelievable reason, it's not working. Hold on a second. Wait. Split UV seams. Did that just do it? No. Oh, it's too good to be true. So close. Wait, that actually is that working? What's happening? Is this working? Well, for some of them, they're not working, but let's just pick one that works. Sure, that works. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Like, why are some of these working and some of them aren't? Just gonna pick one that works. Cool. All right, well, that'll work, I guess. I kind of wanted the Mr. Roberto, so let's find one that works here with Roberto. Watch, we can't find one that works with Roberto. It's probably because there's so many of these tiny little slivers on here, I bet. I mean, yes, sometimes they do, but I can't. This doesn't seem like something where the Boolean is at fault, which is very, very bizarre. Because, yeah, Booleans are weird. Yes, they have made a lot better since Cookie. And if you don't remember Cookie, just everything's great. Your life is fine. All right, I guess we're doing with the pig head. Screw it. So stupid. Oh my god. Okay, cool. What does this even look like? I don't even know what these things look like here. All right. We've got some laser beams. Sure. Okay. Wait, that needs to be there. That doesn't need to be there. Oh my god in heaven. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe it took us this long to get to this point. Okay. What am I even visualizing? Class. Turn off, please. Yeah, I will upload it. Yeah. This is like hell on earth. Okay. I'm like, am I even just referencing places that don't even exist anymore? Interesting. I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I can't even. Okay, I think technically I could do this. So we could do laser curves 3D. Why is my alt acting funny? That's weird. Laser curves UV. Okay, let's pull in the laser curves 3D. Then if we rasterize it, yep, that works. So the reason that this rasterized setup is working is because it's doing the stuff, it's doing this internally. So that's why it's working. That's why that is splitting it properly. Good Lord. Well, we got to like nowhere in the file, so that's cool. All right, so rasterized setup is there. All right. Cool. Mono to RGB, I think, is what I'd want here. Source. And okay, cool. Thank you. Make that smaller. Just put that up there. We could just make it red. And then your brain just isn't working anymore and you can't think straight. Out. Let's see. What is this? Mono. I can just do a null from, not a mull. Do a null from that. Just say out. Let's say emission. And this is out color. Guess we don't even really need the projection geo in here at all. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe just to see, yeah, just to check it, I think was what I was doing. Cool. Well, this rasterized curves is new, so that I couldn't have done before, so that's cool. Out color, out emission. Cool. I'm just trying to think of what is going to be the, what are we going to do with this? Okay. So I'm just going to put a lop network in here just because I'm feeling lazy. Solaris, cool. Let's do a sub import. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can just do test geo pighead because we have the same thing here. All right, so we've got the pighead. Let's do a quick surface material, and we can do let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna need sorry. Oh, actually, you can just do this, can't you? I'll just do it on the pig. Cool. Oh, actually, that's not going to work because it has a material assigned to it already. Okay. There we go. Hooray. That'll work. Okay, laser material, check. Let's just set this to be, okay, cool. That is working. Okay, the color map, we're going to set or create. We're going to say op, colon, and then is it slash OBJ, laser effect. Then we're going to look into, what is it? CopNet 1. And then we're going to do actually out color. Oh, hello. And let's do a grid as well. I guess just to have something. And we can do a quick surface material for that as well. And this could be ground mat. And if I do this, I can just do that. Grid 1. Cool. Oh yeah, the acronym for laser. Light amplification by stimulated electromagnetic radiation. Lovely. Okay, so let's do a camera, and then we can do karma. I don't want the where is it? Where is it? The turn off the headlamp. Shoot, where is it? Oh my gosh. I should know this. I've literally been doing this stuff for weeks. And I can't remember where it is. Anybody remember where that is? I swear I thought it was right here. Yes, the turn off the viewport light, yes. I mean, you can do that, but there's a way to render it without that. But yeah, it's weird. Yay. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay. Well, we're somewhere here. Yep, that's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of. Cool. Anyways, great. I want to do volume stuff as well in here. I was going to at least. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to call it because it's 8:30 and I'm toast. I'm done. Well, we got some lasers. I wanted to do it in the volume. Maybe I'll do another thing where I make the lasers in the volume or something. That's annoying. Yes, that was my hope, that this wasn't going to take 2 hours to get just the straight lasers in there, and then I was going to do the volumes. But yeah, those are lasery except for the underneath here, because they're like scale dependent for the UV islands maybe. So if you're doing it in your own place, you could. I was singing Debbie Deb. I don't know what that means, but that's okay. Laser material. Let's just go crazy with this. Sets up a good problem to solve. Yeah, well, hopefully you get in there and go for it. I'm definitely going to work on doing the volumes. Maybe that'll be next week. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining. Sorry that we got into some crazy rabbit holes there. But yeah, this file will certainly be up on the Discord server at the end of this. So if you'd like to go to HoudiniHangout.com to get the link to the Discord server, there is a channel there that has this, a link to all of the Google Drive files up there, and you can get them by week and take a look at stuff that we've done in the past, or stuff that like this tonight where we've dove into a rabbit hole. So yeah, have fun if you want to play around with it. If you do find anything, please post it to the Discord. I would love to know what you did to fix it or tweak it. But I think that's where we're going to end it today. And yeah, thank you all for joining and chatting and trying to will me along to make this work. And yeah, we will hopefully see you next time if I make it mentally. All right, everybody, have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.